Hi guys, just also going to do a very quick Gallops preview. Obviously it's the meeting deferred from Sunday, rescheduled. Track's heavy 8. I'm not entirely sure what the weather's like in Hobart. Says weather fine. Penetrometer's obviously in the very heavy range, so even given the amount of rain, you'd imagine even very good weather it's not going to improve too much. So I think we're looking for the wetties. So there are a few shorties to kick the card off. So I've just got the basic dynamic odds open here. Sav's Finale is my top pick in the first, taking on stronger grade but down on the minimum. I just don't have enough confidence in the track to take these odds the first few. I do think they'll win. Sav's Finale. Nunavak, he's got a few convictions at short odds, but his Warrnambool run was excellent. Shot of Irish is a very good wet tracker as well, so but you think Nunavak would win. Obviously was short here as well with Red Pearl, but so just looking for a bit of value on the card. Probably the one that, given those track conditions we alluded to earlier, it's going to be heavy. There's also a Trusted Warrior who just loves wet tracks. Reminds me of the old Seinfeld episode. What was the name of that horse? The Pumpernickel or something. So he's drawn out wide, which isn't going to be the worst thing in the world, you wouldn't imagine. It is a pretty deep race, number of chances, but he's been crying out for this trip and this type of ground, so he's not going to get a better chance. I did get a very big result off Keysamur last time, so I'm a bit torn jumping ship, but no loyalty in punting, as they say. So Trusted Warrior is the one. We might just have a quick look. If we, what was it, race 6? So it's over 1400, and you can see he's drawn barrier 15. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning, so there'll obviously be a number of scratchings coming out. But the one thing about heavy tracks, you generally get a few getting tired mid-race, so I don't mind backing get-back horses on heavy ground because they can tend to pick their way through. Past the tired ones, gaps will appear with horses tiring, so he's the one that I've settled on. I think, what are we, about 5? Yeah, he's about 550 with all the corps at the moment. Obviously that'll shorten with a few scratchings, so that it's hard to see him drifting too much. If we just have a look at his form, it actually shows that his heavy track record is 5 starts for 2 wins, but a couple of those are about 3 or 4 years ago. Not 3 or 4, very early on in his career over sprint trips. If we ever look at his last 3 starts on heavy ground, we'll just actually, I've lost track of where I'm going here. Actually, I've got all these replays here. So his last 3 starts, if we look for the heavy, so he trialled on heavy 9. There, so here's his last run, the heavy 8, which is the same track, and obviously this is over 1200. So here he is just going out the picture last. And actually just go back a little bit. So he goes back to the inside, which is clearly inferior this day. So it's here, right back to the inside. Makes up very good ground. You see how sort of clearly better the other horses on the inside. Gets an extra 200 metres today. His sense run well again on a soft track. You can see just ploughing through the mud there. Previous 2 heavy track runs. Here they are here.
Almost right. 14.20 the trip.
Oh, same colours. Here he is here. Is in Launceston. Now, just obviously the point of this, obviously, it's just to show that the track's no issue whatsoever. It's obviously a bit of a query for some of them. And you just watch, he just plows through it in the straight. You can just see just tearing away. The start prior was this one, so we've got the heavy 8 there. That was the one we just looked at, and this is the previous heavy 8.
20.
And obviously he's out the back again. He goes to the extreme outside here. Now he's a superior wet tracker, this fella. So you're getting 550, sort of black odds a place. I'd be gobsmacked if he missed a place on the likely track conditions. So, and that's obviously just shows that we tick the wet track box, actually a positive, which gives him a head start on half the field to start with. Since his last run, he's also trialled. Here it is here. Actually wears the stable colours here, not the normal colours. Here he is, he missed the start and railing through. And this is a battling horse in front by the name of Hell of a Street. So he's camped on Hell of a Street here. Obviously he's come out around third at Flemington. Can be a little deceptive in trials, Hell of a Street, as he needs a bit of riding, so, but still obviously he's controlled super. So very happy to be on. Yeah, as I mentioned, so on a day when I predominantly only like, the only other ones that I'm sort of half keen on are the shorties, which I refuse to back on this Hobart track, we'll make race 6, number 2, Trusted Warrior. As I said, I'd even allowing for deductions to come out with scratchings. I don't think you're going to get much better than that price, if truth be told. So, and look, even back he meets way, because I think he's a top 4 lock given the track conditions and just the way he's going. So we'll make him the best on the card. Race 6, number 2, Trusted Warrior. And if you don't mind the shorties, I think the first 3 faves will win, but as I said, I've got zero confidence in the Hobart track to take those type of odds. So anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up there. Actually, one thing about Trusted Warrior, he's actually owned by part owned by one of Twitter's finest, so I know I'll cop the blame if he gets rolled, so apologies in advance there. So, but anyway, we're all aboard, and let's hope we listen to imaginary trombones later on today. So anyway, guys, we'll leave it there. Cheers.